Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, excuse my voice. My voice is weak. I think I'm losing it again, but whatever. I was asked in one of my comments if I played any of the Dawn of War games, and to do a video of my thoughts on it. So here we are. Yes, I played the Dawn of War games. I played all of them. I open beta tested the first Dawn of War. Played through all the expansions. Pre-ordered Dawn of War 2 and its expansions. Retribution is up for pre-order. I pre-ordered it. Space Marine pack because I'm a Space Marine guy. So my thoughts on the game. It's a strategy game. So firstly and foremost, if you're not a fan of strategy games, don't even bother. You don't have to be a 40k fan to play Dawn of War. In fact, I think Dawn of War was something that people went, hey, that looks interesting. Mostly because they probably saw a picture of orcs in space, pretty much, or space marines in their cool power armor or whatever. I went, oh, strategy game. I like playing strategy games. Picked it up, and I have a feeling that it's responsible for recently for a lot of the gateway interest into the hobby itself. People play the game and go, oh, there's more to this than just this video game. Looking into that and going, oh, tabletop strategy game. Okay, and giving it a shot. So you don't have to be a 40k fan to play these games. You don't have to play these games to be a 40k fan. I know plenty of 40k players who don't play the games. They just play 40k for a tabletop experience, and that's it, and that's fine. It's the same as the fact that a 40k player doesn't read the novels. That's all good and all good. So that being said, I did play them and I enjoy them. They're strategy games. They're a little bit different from standard resource gathering strategy game. No, I love those. I mean, I still play StarCraft, the original, and StarCraft 2. But this is different. I'm not going to do a review. I just wanted to put that out there. It does play a little differently. And I would say it plays more of a battle-y, if that makes any sense. Like, there's more combat involved. But anyway, I have lots of fun with them. The Blood Ravens are pretty much the chapter of choice in the Dawn of War games. In fact, in all the games where you can play as Space Marines in single player, you play as Blood Ravens. Now, in multiplayer, you can be different chapters. You can be, Black Templars. You can do Angels Sanguine, Angels of Redemption, Blood Angels, Rising Claws, my Dark Angels, Iron Hands, Red Scorpions, all that fun stuff. Ultramarines, all the good stuff. But let's go back to the Blood Ravens. But as far as storyline stuff goes, it's all based on the Blood Ravens. The only time you see a non-Blood Raven Space Marine chapter is in Winter Assault when you play the Imperial Guard, and you have Ultramarine allies that help you out that you don't control, which is interesting as well. If you're a fluffmonger, you probably don't consider these things canon. Now, you can't deny the fact that it gives you names for stuff to use and however you see fit, but it's generally not accepted to be canon, the information given throughout the games. But you can't be 100% with that. I feel that especially now with Dawn of War 2 and parts of the latest expansion for the first game, or Dark Crusade, in all of them. Let me gather my thoughts. I think a big part of this is telling the story of the Blood Ravens, or telling a part of the story of the Blood Ravens. So I personally don't think you can discount everything, because this is quite obviously telling the story of the Blood Ravens. But they're just starting to accept it as canon in general. What's that mean for you? I don't know. What's it mean for me? Nothing. I don't really care. I think it's cool and I like the story. of what they're doing. It's not an in-depth, super unique plot or anything like that. Don't get me don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying it's some in-depth, awesome, unique thing, but it's enjoyable and I like it. And it's a video game, and video games can be fun if you're into strategy. So if you're into strategy, I suggest, at least if there's a demo out there for download or whatever, to give it a shot. Where am I going with this? As far as the gameplay, it plays pretty standardly. I will say Dawn of War 2 is more of a strategy RPG for the story mode, because your squads level up, well, the squad commanders level up, I should say. And you get war gear for everybody. So in that regard, it's kind of like an RPG with strategy, with heavy strategy game tendencies. As far as the graphics, you can see for yourself. This is pretty much what it looks like. Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 1 is not as graphics intensive of a strategy game in terms of shine and whatnot. As far as sound goes, the voice acting I really do like. There's different vocal distortions to do for the different races. The Tyranids are very Tyranidy, if you roars and whatnot. The Chaos guys sound like borderline insane and berserk and stuff like that. It works. I like what they did with the Eldar. The Eldar, I don't want to say they're auto-tuned or auto-toned or whatever that term is, whatever that device is, but that's the best way I could describe as what their voices kind of sound like. Kind of sing-songy a little bit. I think it's really cool. I personally like what they do with the Elder voices a lot. The orcs are orcs. What you expect with the way that they they're written in novels. It's pretty much how they talk, so it's orky. And the Space Marines I like. The Space Marines sound like the educated, intelligent, fierce warriors that they are. When they have for the guys that have helmets on, which is everybody but the squad leaders, because that's what they do. The Vox distortion you get through their Vox grills and whatnot. I like that sound, that metallic sound towards it. The Dreadnoughts sound cool. My favorite voice is the Chaplain from Dawn of War 1, Winter Assault, when he was introduced. But that Chaplain voice is probably my favorite. I just feel like what they did with the voices, it's not just different sounding voices for different things. And it's not that in depth. It's not like there's a different voice for everything. I mean, Space Marines are Space Marines. They have the similar voices in general. But the effect they did for the Eldar versus the effect they have with the Space Marines, I like the different effects there. It really helps you identify what race they are, and it works. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, not too much else to say. I enjoy playing the games. I think they're a lot of fun. If you enjoy strategy games, it may be worth checking out if you haven't already. Maybe you have, it's just not for you. That's cool. But I happen to like them personally, and I'm looking forward to Dawn of War 2 Retribution whenever that comes out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Remember, some fluff Nazis out there don't consider it canon. Any information told through stories here. And generally they're not usually accepted as canon or official canon, if you want to put it that way. That's probably the way to put it. Although, I feel in Dawn of War, especially in Dawn of War 2, they're really telling the Blood Raven story, so to speak. And in that regard, I think you have to take some stuff on a canon level. So, we'll see how that goes. But, anyways, that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on Dawn of War, both 1 and 2. They are lots of fun. And though I never got to try it myself, even though I have friends who have the game, you can do a cooperative campaign mode, which is an interesting concept. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And until next time, take it easy.